Gwen, where are you taking us today?
To Leadville.
Leadville? Sounds heavy.
Ha ha ha.
So, why are we going to Leadville? Well, our prior ghost towns that we've shown you so far have been predominantly out in the plains, and they were created mostly by trains. Trains and roads, but mainly trains. Locomotives that needed water, so they'd form a little town where they could keep the water and keep people to help pour the water. I don't know. I'm sure there's a better way to say that. Anyway, then diesels came along, diesel trains, and they no longer needed to stop so often. So, those were a lot of what you've seen in our channel already. Now we're getting to the other cause of ghost towns. Or shall we start calling them boom towns? Not because they went boom. Well, they kind of did. The discovery of gold and other precious metals led a lot of people to form towns, and then as soon as those minerals and metals and things like that dried up, they couldn't dig any more out of the ground, or it became too not very cost effective to dig them out of the ground. These towns in just a number of years would empty out as those people moved to the next boom town. So we're going to Leadville to show you a few of those. I hope you enjoy it on Quiet Places with Marshall and Gwen. Now Toe Jam is enjoying the view. Hey, smart aleck. Leadville is the highest city in the United States, at 10,200 feet. We are going even higher up the hillsides to the silver mines above Leadville. We will be visiting this area repeatedly on this channel, as the Leadville mining district is rich in history, more than I can share in a single short video. This is also one of my favorite places to photograph. This is Leadville, downtown Leadville anyway. It's a very pretty town. They're proud of it. As well they should be. Opera House, one of the oldest buildings. Now there are tales of rags to riches and back to rags, like Bady Doe Tabor, who went from being a silver mine millionairess to dying cold and alone on her humble cabin floor at the age of 81. But I will save those stories for when I can show you the Matchless mine and her cabin, which were closed on this particular trip. Do you remember the unsinkable Molly Brown, the one who survived the Titanic? She and her husband J.J. Brown, before the Titanic, once lived in Stumptown, maybe even in one of the houses I'm going to show you. Who knows? Leadville was founded in 1878, and it was based on the profits of mining. Primarily the Tabor family, and there'll be more on that. What we're here to do is to visit all this mining equipment that will slowly be eroded and then torn up. And by mining equipment, I mean things like this. I have to watch my step. There are nails sticking up and broken boards. Look, I'm on one foot. Don't try this. I'm actually using Simone, the sassy drone. I will admit I don't know much about life nearly 150 years ago, but I'm guessing the silver lead ore, called sericite, if I'm saying it right, was loaded into the top here and gravity filtered it out according to weight and size. It was then shipped back east for refining, and whatever money that was made from its sale went to miners and the mining company. Well, who are we kidding here? The money went mostly to the mining company and the mine owners. Leadville was originally slammed into existence by the discovery of gold in the California Gulch, which is on the south side of Leadville. But the gold played out quickly. It was then realized that silver ore could be traced to the Leadville area, so mining continued with greater earnest. The forming town was called Slabtown, and it was founded by mine owners Horace Tabor and August Meyer at the beginning of the Colorado silver boom. When it was time to put in a post office, the town needed an official name, and it was decided that it would be called Leadville. By 1880, Leadville had water pipes to the houses, gas lighting, banks, hospitals, churches, telegraph offices, saloons, an opera house, newspapers, or in a word, everything. So up here on this mining district, up above Leadville, several towns were born. Small towns, but the workers had to live somewhere, and they like to live near their work. Or at least their bosses like them to live near their work. So there were towns called Finntown for the Finnish immigrants that eventually took it over. There was Stumptown, or Stumped with an F in it, Stumptown. There's Oro, which we have yet to see. And there's a few more that I'll name. Take a look at this though. This was one of them. Which one? I'll have to find out later. I could not find a map in the museum, for sale anyway, that showed which town was where. So if you happen to watch my other channel, Riding with Marshall, you know I'm into motorcycles. And I have to say, this dude here, who is not a dude,
Hi.
just ran through that puddle right there. And I got photos of it, and I will be sharing those photos. And if you can remember Quiet Places with Marshall,
Okay.
you'll see it on this episode of Leadville Mining District. So, yeah, guys.
It's like a section where you kind of have to go like...
She did it. Why aren't you doing it? Why aren't you guys up here on your bikes riding through the mud like she did? I can't wait for you to see the photos we just took. I should have shot video, but anyway. All right, what's your name?
Elise.
Elise? And
Yes.
you don't mind being on the channel?
I don't. Hi.
Okay, great. Well, go have some more fun.
So we're good.
Oh, awesome. So you come up here all the time.
Well,
Just to
now
have
it's
fun.
melted out.
See, I need to move up here
A
too.
week or two ago, you couldn't really ride up here.
Too marshy?
It was just
It
too
was
much
just
snow
snow.
still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, anywhere that's with shade or anything, it was just too deep.
That was
Well, I don't have a dirt bike, but I do have a converted adventure bike.
Nice.
And we live up by Wellington, so I go way up in North Park area.
Okay.
And it's mostly just gravel roads, but yeah, I don't know if I would take my bike through that.
I don't know. That's pretty deep in there. She went for it. She went straight through the middle. Did she?
She did. She did. So it's not too hard in this day and age to find things that are as old as I am. I mean, there's television shows still on that are older than me. But there are times when you find places like this that are twice as old as me. I mean, this roof right here, it was probably made somewhere after 1880 and probably long before 1920. Now, there's not much left of this little shack. It probably had a flat roof. But maybe your grandfather, or maybe his grandfather, lived in it. Maybe it wasn't a house. Maybe it was the main office for the operation that took place here. That you're going to see in the drone footage. But I probably missed an angle. So let's show it to you from this side. Other than the jet flying overhead, this is a quiet place. How would you like to get up in the morning, open your curtains, and have that view? How many of you out there watching this right now love photography? And I mean taking the photos. Can you picture yourself here with your camera? When do you stop taking photos? The money from Leadville mines helped make Denver what it is today. Leadville still prospers, and the mining that it relied on hasn't died out entirely. Not only are some of the mines in the area still active, but the Climax mine is a few miles north of town. We saw a sign. They are hiring. The Climax mines molybdenum, a metal we use every day where I am employed to make grids for industrial ion thrusters. Where it stands up for you is that molybdenum is also used to harden steel. These buildings have survived over 100 winters. They have survived vandals. They have survived treasure hunters and thieves. They have survived fires and floods. They have survived high winds. But they won't be here forever. Although I am by no means a historian, I can do my part to capture them in photos and video. There will be more videos of this place as I learn more to share, and as I make more visits in the future here. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy what I've captured. So in this mining district, where are all the mines at? Some of them are probably on top of the hills and goes all the way down. Hopefully the drone picked up one or two of those. I'll try to get you some as well. But wait, I just found one. That would be the entrance to a mine. Now you can bet that the EPA made sure that every mine that was closed got sealed up tight. So it doesn't go in very far. But you can see the water pipe that goes into that hillside. And you can see very faintly the tracks, or the ties that would have held the tracks to go into that mine. Over here you have a giant steam-powered pulley wheel and the boiler to run it with. Now I can only guess because I'm not a miner, but that might have been for lowering people in and out of the hillside, or the water might have been used for steaming the ore that came out to try to get the silver from it. Now I kind of need to put that in the foreground and get a photo for a moment here. Let's go with that right there, yeah. Sorry, I gotta touch my phone to tell it what I want it focused in on. And another thing. Look at these floorboards. How many hundreds of miners walked on this floor? Think about that next time you're camping up here and you just want some firewood to cook your hot dogs with. And give a little respect for something easily over 100 years old. Now we're in a quiet place. Every time I come here, there's a little less left of this house. Of course, at this point, there's not much holding it up anyway. And that is not a house. That is a wheelhouse. It had a pulley, and the pulley wheel is still there. Let's see if you can see it. So like I said, if you're a photographer or just somebody who loves taking pictures, this has got to be one of the best places you can go and spend hours here. And we don't have time for that today. We have to cut this a little bit short. But for the moment, you'll see my photos at the end of the video, as you always do. But enjoy this. Like I said, we're above 11,000 feet. I don't get altitude sick, at least only once in my life have I ever. But I will tell you, the air is so thin, even the controller on the drone was warning me it may not have enough power. It did. It was fine. Let's enjoy this quiet moment. So we're at a different spot than we were before, but all these spots and locations you're seeing me film and photograph are all within a half an hour drive of each other up here on the plateau above Leadville. And this particular, I think there's Jawas in this thing behind me. I think it used to be a sand crawler and somebody took the treads off of it. Actually, this would be another sorting mill, which means that either on this side or the other side, there were tracks that went up to it, and they would dump their ore in the top and let gravity sort it out in these chutes down below. Hope you can hear me. So you could put carts down here on some rails and collect whatever's sorted through here. I would imagine it was filtered by size, so big rocks would be in one bin and smaller rocks would be in another, and maybe they had a way to sort the precious metals while they were at it. But you can see things had quite a ways to fall. Hopefully you can see up in there. This thing is stout. This thing will last another 100 years. If somebody's kids don't come and burn it down. Don't get any ideas, kids. So yes, big mound of snow, the end of May. This is Colorado. Like I said, you're at 11,000 feet. You're at more than 11,000 feet. And from some motorcyclists I ran into, there was too much snow up here just 2 weeks ago for anybody to even be up here. So I picked a good weekend. Once again, the Jawa sandcrawler. Now let's see what Simone the reluctant drone can do. I hope you're enjoying all this. I think this is Finntown. What's left of it? Oh, the lighting is kind of cool on that one. I think I need that picture over there. Photo. Yeah. I like all the leaves. A grove of aspens has taken over this town. Now, I could be wrong. This might not be Finntown, but certainly had a lot of little shots. And confirmation of a bed spring. Single. Something a miner would have. There's another one. Yeah, there were certainly some very small houses here. Now, is this a house? I don't know. It's got like stairs up to a bench. Interesting. You wouldn't think any of these would be big enough for a house, but maybe that slept 3 people. Who knows? Just lay your back on a board. Don't roll over. Yeah, the king gets the top shelf. You know, maybe I should have got a photo of that. Let's go in through the front door. Yeah, it's not as impressive in the front door. Somebody had a nice view here once upon a time. But in case we don't see anything else, I want to thank you for watching Quiet Places with Marshall. We'll keep doing this because I love filming these things. All it takes is one good brush fire to wipe out an entire ghost town, and we don't want that to happen, so the least I can do is film them while they're here. Again, thanks for watching.